Welcome back to Art and Actuality. Behind me is the box for a very large print that I just showed at a art exhibit, and I'll put a couple clips in here of that so you can kind of see what I just did last week. It was pretty exciting. I did everything from photography, videography, performing music, and a couple of different things, 2 different acts basically during that whole thing, and doing a art exhibit as well. The topic I want to talk about today is how do we reinvigorate things with new energy, right? Because we can do some exciting things sometimes in life. Sometimes you might have a party, go out with some friends, I'm just talking basic stuff, simple stuff that we all do, right? You might have the holidays with all the family and everyone, or maybe just with your friends, or maybe you enjoy some time to yourself during the holidays, right? But whatever it is, there's a change of pace, there's some differences in things in the way that your life is going, right? Like you might come into some money, buy a new video game system, I don't know, something like that, right? Maybe you're starting college, and that's an exciting endeavor for you. But basically, there's kind of an ebb and flow in life of excitement, things getting old, maybe, whatever exciting circumstances have come into your life, maybe they're just kind of waxing and waning, right? Like maybe you're now just before the holidays experiencing a kind of a slow kind of time where you're just getting a chance to kind of come back to center, right? That's what I've been finding right now, is that it's a time for me to just kind of come back to center and find myself for a little bit, just have space to myself. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of kind of freelance work out in the field, so I've been traveling around a little bit, and that's why I'm in my car right now. And I enjoy what I do. And I'm just basically learning little by little that there's ways to change your perspective after an exciting time when you've got to come back to center, you've got to find your balance, and you've got to find a direction. So over the last week, I've been kind of just getting organized, kind of getting situated, kind of trying to get back on track with the things that I'm trying to do, the goals that I'm trying to reach, having some time and space to myself to work on things, but then also trying to get enough rest, trying to connect with the right people and catch up on communications, errands, and things like that. I did make sure to put some time in towards my passion project, which is the Cancel. It is now released, and I will put a link in this video, and I'll go back and put some links in some of the older videos as well, for where to go to purchase it. It's on Amazon. It's also a Kindle book if you want to check that out. I'm going to be publishing it as a paperback and as an Audible book as well, so I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about getting that out to the world. I've been seeing a lot of messages that are kind of similar in a lot of ways, so I feel like a lot of people are waking up to the fact that if something doesn't serve you, you can cancel it. You can choose the direction that you want to go in your life. It may be painful. You may have to make some sacrifices. You may not be popular with everyone. You may have to do some hustling and grinding and do some things that are uncomfortable. You might have to cultivate discipline. You might have to push yourself in ways that are uncomfortable, getting up early in the morning, staying up late at night to finish something, right? Properly blocking off your schedule and upholding boundaries so that you don't neglect to do the things that you need to do. And these are all things that I've been working through and working on for the past several years, and I'm still working on those. But the book was a chance for me to kind of chronicle all those things and show my journey and how I kind of tightened up in some of those areas, learned some hard lessons. I kind of use the analogy like it's a falls down the stairs, hits every step along the way kind of journey, right? Well, that's really, in reality, our lives kind of are that kind of journey. I mean, a lot of us try to cover it up and smooth it over and make it look nice for everybody, but in reality, we all go through things. At some point, we're all going to lose loved ones. There's the possibility that any of us could lose a job at any time. Our health is not guaranteed. Sickness, injuries can befall any person, right? And those are things that are not forever. They're things that you can come back from. You can practice healthy habits and ways to rehabilitate from things. You can If you get sick, there's ways to, you just rest and take your time and get well. There's modern medicine that works in our favor these days, so we have the chance to recuperate from illnesses, right? And at the very end of it all, our lives are finite, right? Like, we don't stay here forever. So we have to use the time in the best way that we can. We want to use it efficiently. We want to use it wisely. We want to use it for what we actually came here to do, right? What we're actually passionate about, or what we actually have, maybe something that you're good at, maybe something that you feel you could contribute with and that can help other people, right? And it can be as simple as volunteering somewhere. It can be as simple as your own job that you have. It may be something where you help people, right? I think a lot of jobs actually help people. That's why people pay you money for it, right? So if you want to, I'm just trying to kind of come at this from a practical standpoint as well as a more, transformational standpoint. Now, from a transformational standpoint, you can completely pivot and change the direction of what you're doing. And a lot of people feel that that's not possible, that that's not practical. And I'm here to tell you that it is actually practical. It is possible. You may have to do it little by little. You may not be able to just uproot every single thing you have going on in your life, but you can change the direction that you're going in. If it's not the direction that you feel is going in a positive way, or if you feel like it isn't what you are passionate about or that you are happy with, if you had to look back at the end of your life and say, was I happy that I did that my whole life? And your answer right now would be no, then that means you're going in the wrong direction. That means it's time to cancel that. I would encourage you to maybe pick up a copy of the book. The Kindle book is actually only $9.99, so if you want to pick that up, it's a great chance to see somebody do it, to see this process in action, right? Like, this has not been an easy process for me at all, but I will say that I am glad that I've gone through it. One of the things that I've been doing lately is just kind of staying away from social media in the mornings and during the day more so that I can kind of clear my mind and actually be able to be with myself, actually have my own thoughts and insights come up, right? And that comes through a process of kind of going through the uncomfortable thoughts of the frustrations of your life and your daily grind, and maybe you're not happy with exactly what's going on. And most of us, I would argue, probably aren't, as much as like we try to put out an image of being content and satisfied with things because, well, if we weren't, then there must be something wrong with us, right? Well, I don't think so. I think it's okay to be unsatisfied sometimes. That's what pushes you on. That's what spurs you on to do what you can do. And it's kind of a meter, to kind of like a gauge that you can, it's like a gauge that you can use to see where you're at. And that's what I've been doing, over the past several days. And I intend to keep doing that. I intend to stay clear, and allow things to kind of rise to the surface little by little and just kind of show me, maybe just remember things that I might have forgotten about that I need to do, have some new insights just kind of come to the surface to help me have a better perspective on things. And that's just what I'm doing now. And then going into this next part of the holidays, it's going to be Christmas, it's going to be New Year's. We're going to make a lot of New Year's resolutions, right? So it's a good time for reflection. It's a good time to slow down. And that is my theme right now. I would say my theme right now is to slow down with everything. Interactions, the way I'm handling things, making choices and decisions. It's a great time of the year to slow down. We don't have to rush to the finish line because we've been putting in whatever efforts we've put in throughout the year. We've made the progress that we've made so far. And of course, there are some things, like I've got things that I'm working on in this last month. I'm working on a PhD, so there's some stuff that I have to do to make sure I stay on track with that. So I can't really slow down with that. But in other ways, even making this video right now, I could consciously choose to slow down and to pause, methodically in my speech with my delivery and just really take the time to connect, right? With myself, with you, and just with life. So I encourage you to like, subscribe, leave a comment below if you have any thoughts about all this. How do you do this in your life? Let me know.